What's up, Exile? 3.6 is here. With the new gems, I had to try and test the Bane and Soul Rand gem. It was a return for chaos damage this league. Full disclosure, everything you're going to see in the videos was done with mistakes in my gem setup. So everything you see there is supposed to have exactly triple the damage than what I am showing you, including the Shaper kill at the end of the video. I'm sorry about that. I will explain everything in the build guide section. For now, you guys can see the clear speed. It's not Winter Orb or Poet's Pen by any means. It's nothing zoom zoom, but it's pretty decent. You will notice I'm not using Soul Rand. There's a reason for that. Soul Rand was slow. I tried everything to make it work, but unfortunately the gem is not viable as a clear speed gem. I've seen some ways to use Soul Rand for boss clearing, but honestly it's just better to go full Bane in any shape or form. As you can see, it has a pretty decent AoE, and I mean, the damage really is there. This build was made to be a boss farmer. Since we're early in the league, I wanted to have something to kill bosses reliably and still farm maps at a decent speed, and I think I've accomplished that with the Bane build here. It's a return for energy shield users. And the chaos damage just got a little revamp with the new skill gem, so it's pretty nice. I dare say that this thing is way better than Essence Drain, because that's what we had to use in the past to farm. Yeah, and it's pretty shit. Bane is pretty shit. Sorry, Essence Drain is pretty shit. I've tested every way you could use Essence Drain, Soul Rand, or any other chaos damage skill, and it just didn't come even close to what we get with Bane, with the little investment we have into damage. It's pretty hard to scale chaos damage, so we gotta scrape where we can. But overall, I managed to make it over 400,000 Shaper DPS. Unfortunately, in the videos you see now, I have only 150,000 Shaper DPS because I fucked up in my gem selection. Also, you will notice that my character is only level 88 and has absolutely no level 20 or plus gems. So this thing is not min-maxed at all, and we still managed to have something that can do every Guardian easy peasy. And the main reason for that is that our main defense is just that we dot and we run. That's the main perk of this build. You dot the boss and you run around and you let him smash his face into the wall like the Phoenix is doing right now. That's pretty much the entire fight. Like, it's like having a totem build, but that can farm at a decent speed. So I quite liked it. The other reason to build this thing is that it's really off meta. So every chaos related thing is super cheap. Everything you want to build, you want to buy, will cost you peanuts compared to Winter Orb or any other metal build out there, which is pretty nice early league. And yeah, it's very safe. We got a 9,000 energy shield life pool, which makes us tanky. But honestly, our main tankiness is just the way the skill works. Since it's a dot and it's like it stays a long time on the boss, we just run around and never get hit. That's pretty much the thing. That's how we made it work. So yeah, let's just get into the build and I'll show you what's this all about. Alright guys, so I'll start by showing you what fucked up the entire DPS thing and why we should have 3 times the DPS than what you saw in the video and are going to see for the Shaper kill. And it's a Swift Affliction. Okay, Swift Affliction apparently does a lot more damage, a fuck ton more damage than Daily Ailments. So yeah, I don't know why I swapped them. I must have been tired yesterday and swapped the gems and I never noticed. And yeah, on paper I was supposed to do something like 400,000 Shaper DPS, and it didn't feel like it. And I was like, well, that ain't normal. And yeah, that's gem swapping is going to help, but I still managed to kill Shaper without too much of a sweat. And I raped every single Guardians simply because they can't really touch me. I just run around. So yeah, basically what I'm going to explain, buckle up because there's a lot to learn here. I'm going to explain what, why and what we're using. And after that, I'll show you exactly every single thing I chose and why. First off, I've tested Soul Rand with self-casting. I've tried to use the channeling. I've tried to use a bunch of things. Here's the end game about Soul Rand. It doesn't have neither the cast speed nor the damage to fit in any shape or form into a decent build. And here's why. The cast speed of Soul Rand is so shit that you don't want to use it, and its damage just won't compensate for it. So I tried multiple things because I wanted to get the life leech from Soul Rand, and it just wasn't any, it was clunky, nothing was working. So I said fuck Soul Rand, and I started to farm with Bane. And after handing a little tiny bit of area damage, it felt great. Like you saw in the video, the AoE is pretty large, so that makes it ideal for a big ass map. It's not a Winter Horde build, but I mean, it's still pretty decent clear. And the boss is a joke because you just run around. That's all you do. You dot the boss and then you run around and you let him die. And with the proper DPS that you should have, they're going to melt. All right. It's not a million DPS thing on Shaper. I mean, you're not going to kill him in half a second, but he's still going to die pretty quick with the right thing. The main reason why I'm not doing the video again is I want to test other builds. And also I kind of short on currency because I bought a couple expensive stuff to test, and since it's early league, well, I can't do what I normally do and just sell the stuff or just buy what I need to test everything, and I'm kind of short on currency, so I don't want to try it all again. But I wanted to show you guys what the build looks like, and trust me, if you try it, you're going to love it, especially leveling. Bane is out of touch. They're probably gonna nerf it because it's really hard on damage, especially low level. Leveling with this thing was a real joke. I'm sorry for the spam here. I put some maps in the wrong tab and I'm getting spammed. All right, so we're going to start by explaining why we chose which occultist. I wanted to go trickster for a while, but I figured it wasn't the path to go for. And when we went occultist, there's main reasons why. I think trickster right now would benefit a lot more by the new shield leech nodes, but we don't get any leech with chaos damage, so there wasn't any incentive to go trickster. That's why I chose to go witch, and I'm like, that was the right call. What I went for was up to Vile Bastion here because we need the energy shield, the extra energy shield. It's good for our defense, but mainly the reason why is that you will straight up recharge your energy shield without interruption. And it's a big deal for us because we are chaos based. When you're playing a elemental or physical spell version, you will leech energy shield from other ways. So you don't need to have a start of energy shield that starts fast and that won't be able to stop because you will leech that energy shield. But it's not the case here. Here, what we have is the only way for us to regenerate our energy shield because we do not want to play a sense drain. I don't know what those other streamers out there are saying. Like, I've watched a couple of videos to see what I did wrong with the sense drain, and basically, no, it's just slow as fuck. So just don't play a sense drain, okay? Just don't. It's slow. It's not a fast farming skill, and the boss killing potential is shit. So there's absolutely no incentive for us to play a sense drain since we got Bane. Yeah, so we need the recharge rate of energy shield. Basically, you get hit, and if you don't get hit for the next 1 second with everything I got to start my recharge rate faster, you are going to start regenerating your energy shield at a crazy amount, and you're just going to be pretty much invulnerable for the next, I'd say, 4 seconds while your energy shield is going up. And then we go Profane Bloom for essentially the X-proof, because we want to be able to curse our enemy. Despair does a really good job here, so we want to X-proof the X-proof maps. It's really going to help. And also because Bane itself doesn't have anything to like blow nearby minions that won't be into the center of the area of effect. So we're using this passive here because it's basically an impulsive for chaos damage. It will just blow everything up, so that's why the minions further away will blow up. And if you start doing maps in like level 70 and you're like, oh shit, the exploding damage from my minion won't kill the others, and I feel like it's a bit clunky to clear with it. It's going to get better when you get enough chaos damage scaling. It's going to apply to this, and they will all die eventually, so you will notice, trust me. And okay, here I think I took the wrong passive here, because I went Void Beacon thing because on paper it does more DPS. Okay, enemies have minus 20 chaos resistance. It's a good chunk of damage, but what we got here is a double dipping sweetness. The enemies are going to get Malediction, and they will deal to you 10% less damage, and they will take 10% increased damage. So it's still a bit less than the minus 20% chaos resistance that they will get, but it's still pretty good. Because, and why I think I made a mistake here is that you need to be nearby, and the entire thing with the Bane setup is that you don't get close to your enemy. It's your main defensive maneuver. And with Void Beacon, to have the effect, you need to get close to it. So it's kind of fucked up. I tried it. It feels clunky. It's like I'm not getting any positive incentive out of it, because I can't get close to my enemy if I really want to play the build like I wanted it to work. So don't take Void Beacon, guys. Go for Malediction, okay? I didn't take it because I didn't see any positive feedback to getting an additional curse. Temporal Chain on big boss like Shaper or Guardians is going to be like 10%. It's shit. You won't even feel it. And our Wither that we're applying make them pretty damn slow. A lot faster than Temporal Chain would. And we don't really have any other ways to apply it other than maybe taking a Blasphemy. But I didn't feel like making a Blasphemy setup just for this. And then again, you need to get close to them for the Temporal Chain to actually apply. So we're not getting any incentive out of the additional curse. The only thing is you would save 3 passive skill out of this, but I didn't want to, because you get 15% increased cast speed from your curse, and we need that for our Bane, because it applies to our Bane, because it's stated as a curse skill. So yeah, you're still going to have like one extra curse that you will not use, but the Malediction effect from this is still way worth it more than Void Beacon, simply because you don't have to get close to the enemy. Okay, so that's my choice. That's why I went with Witch. I feel like if the people who tried Trickster and said Trickster is better, yeah, maybe you will get a bit more clear speed from maps, but overall you don't have any defensive abilities with the Trickster other than the evasion that you would get, since you can't leech fuck all from your skill because they're chaos dot based. Moving on. Alright, so that's my choice for being a witch. I went for Chevron's Wrapping. I know this thing is like 10 exalted on a 6 link. Don't use it. You don't need it. I've wanted to test it. Just go CI. Just go pick up Chaos Annihilation. I went Pain Attunement, so that's why I wanted the Chevron's Wrapping. But up until I killed some Guardian with Consecrating Elixir, okay? This was my discovery this league, okay? I'm just going to show you guys how much, like if you want a Pain Attunement to have the 30% increase, chaos damage, and you're like, I don't want to have Chevron's Wrapping, it's too expensive. Don't worry, I ran it on a budget up until Guardians, and you can still do them easy with the Consecrating Elixir. This thing basically blocks the chaos damage. It just won't bypass your energy shield. And people were like, well, as soon as the fucking flasks end, I'm gonna die. Yeah, you're right, but you can perma use it. Look at this. Look at this. It's 9 seconds. It's insane. And you have 2 charge. So it's 18 seconds of having this elixir up in a map. The only thing is, if you're playing hardcore, obviously don't use that. It's not a good idea. But if you're playing softcore like me, and once every 2 hours I die because I forgot to press it, it's like, man, I just saved 10 exalt for dying once in a while. Doesn't matter. Also, full disclosure, this character is 88 and I managed to clear the entire game. So yeah, it's a pretty damn good build. It's just, I didn't want to put efforts in it and getting it higher than it needs to be, because it would have taken me 1 or 2 more days to min-max it. And I felt like it could do everything, and I was right. I did everything with it. So yeah. Other than Chevron's wrapping, everything else is pretty much mandatory. You need Zepep Supremacy for endgame, because I know it's expensive, but the 38% faster start of Energy Shield recharge, you need it. Same thing for the maximum increase Energy Shield, faster start Energy Shield recharge. I didn't go for the 1x crafting on my rings because fuck it, I'm not gonna pay 1x for that crafting. I didn't feel the difference either, because I've did other builds in the past with that crafting, and honestly it's not that big of a difference. So you get with the cheap one, you get your faster Energy Shield recharge in here. For your wands, what you want on it is spell damage. You want forget about the crit chance. I bought it because it was cheap. You don't, crit chance won't apply on your dots. You want spell damage on it. You want non-ailment chaos over time multiplier, increase damage over time, and if you want even better than that, there's supposed to be a chaos damage increase in there. I just didn't want to buy it, and honestly I did the entire game, guys. So there you go. Sky's the limit with this thing. Like, you can't really scale chaos damage that much, but I mean, you can invest a pretty penny in currency and make it more tanky and stronger. You go for Energy Shield here, try to cap your resist. Same thing with your boost, you try to cap your resist. You need a 30% increased movement speed, because the way we clear is half flame dash and half movement speed. All right. Energy Shield, nothing special here. Baited breath. All right, you need it. Energy Shield recharge rate 50%. It's very good. It gives you a decent Energy Shield in total. So yeah, this thing, I loved it, and it's like 1 chaos. Go figure. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. You cover your resist with the rest of the gear with your yellows, and you try to end your requirement in strength. Pretty much all you got to do here. As for the flasks, I went for a, you can only, there's nothing that really upgrade your damage. Reason why I didn't use Witchfire Brew is that the Despair from Witchfire Brew will overwrite my Despair from my Bane, and it would actually lower my damage because Bane gets your curse stronger than there normally would be. So like, but the Despair level on the Witch Brew was 21, so it will overwrite my Despair that I would cast with Bane. So long story short, you can't use Witch Brew, and it wouldn't get your DPS higher anyway. So yeah, I use Basalt Flask. Find a way to get Ignite, remove the Ignite, because you want your Energy Shield to be able to start. Silver Flask for the movement speed and the cast speed. Freeze, remove freeze, and then a movement speed increase, Quicksilver. I went with Sorrow and the Divine because it gives me Zealot Oath, absolutely not required. Zealot Oath is not a must. That's why I didn't get it on my passive tree, because you wouldn't feel the difference. We got my Discipline is not on. We got 9,300 Energy Shield with Discipline on. It was a drop of water in the ocean if you get Zealot's Oath. I just chose this because I wanted the 40% increased damage. And yeah, it's kind of nice to have a little regen out there. I went for a Mana Flask. You absolutely don't need it. I just didn't know what else to put there that would be useful. Maybe dodging chance to dodge spell flask, but I don't know. I felt like a Mana Potion would do okay if I ran into a map where my mana would get low for whatever reason because of the mods. A Remove Bleeding Flask. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the gear by itself. We got some jewel that we absolutely need. This is not one of them, but it's pretty nice to have. The Energy from Within applies a good chunk of Energy Shield. The one we need is Spreading Rot. This thing makes it so that we do not have to take Wither. Basically, we're applying Wither with our totem that are using Blight. so that we'll get our target to get lower chaos resistance. That's why I saw a couple builds with Bane that we're using this here, and it's a fucking waste because you can get it for free with a totem and blight, and it's not like we don't have the skills to spare. I didn't know what to put in my sockets. So yeah, this is the spreading rot jewel is pretty much a must for bossing. All right, it's a nice dot. Also, the blight by itself applied is going to do like 150,000 damage on Shaper. So yeah, at full stack. And yeah, and that's it. The other jewels I went cover a bit of resist, get some energy shield, a faster rate if you can. That's pretty much it. That's what we get. Let's get into the choice of gems. All right, so for the main one, Swift Affliction, Bane, of course, efficacy support, Enfeeble, Despair, and Control Destruction. The reason, okay, and also you've noticed that what I did in the video was all on 19th level gems, and you get a huge chunk of DPS when they hit 20 because chaos damage scales a lot with your gems level, especially Bane. It should be 21. I'm just lazy and poor. So yeah, after buying the freaking chevrons. Blight setup, multiple totem support, spell totem, and efficacy to boost the damage of Blight a bit. Flame Dash, this one's a must. Flame Dash, Arcane Surge, less duration, and faster casting. Alright. If you don't have this, mapping is going to feel clunky as fuck, so get one. Discipline with blood magic, so we reserve our mana and get Sweet Pain Attunement 30%. More spell damage, that's why I was using the Consecrating Elixir, but you don't need it. Your DPS is not going to drop that much. I was just trying to squeeze a bit more out there. Of course, Val Righteous Fire for DPS. Immortal Call, cast when damage taken, and a Val Cold Snap here. For our Frenzy Charge generation, it helps with a bit faster of a clear speed. Malevolence is a must because it boosts our chaos damage by a lot. So yeah, I think chaos builds are back in action with this thing, and the energy shield synergy that we got because they added a couple nodes around. It was a blast to play. I loved it. It was easy to level. It was easy to kill boss with it. Undergeared, with shitty setup, with not even my gems at the level they're supposed to be, we still did amazing. I'm not going to show you the entire passive tree, but go check the paste bin. Yeah, and my choices are pretty obvious. If you got any questions or anything, just ask in the comments. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more builds. The next one's going to be a Winter Orb build. I want to do a new version because I think what the Life Leech node they applied. Right now, Winter Orb is going to be a lot better as energy shield. But I will test it for you guys, and I'm going to put the time and effort to see if it's better than the old Winter Orb I did. For now, play with Bane. If you want to farm boss, it's a real joke. I had a blast playing it, and it farm maps at a decent speed. Thank you for watching, and see you in the eyes next time.
Oh. Åstok må bajsa, eller? Son of a bitch.